cancer. It's it's different, it's for sure. Uh, Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from the beginning and catch everything up to where I'm at now, and then the other videos we'll talk about the chemo and the radiation and all that stuff. So hold on to your butts. So I guess to start it out, I got in 2006. I was at Lincoln Tech College in Indianapolis, and had the way they did the housing is they put 4 dudes in a 2-bedroom apartment. So they crammed us all in there, and somehow along the way, one of my roommates got mono, and I got it. Not like I don't know how I got it, so whatever. But, and that was terrible. And, took all my energy away. Took away my sense of smell, which I still don't have. And then, so there's that. Fast forward to 3.5, 4 years ago, finally moved back home out of Indianapolis. Find the slower pace in life, supposedly, and take things a little easier, get the kids out of the city, because I was, throughout those roughly 10 years, got married, had 2 kids, all that stuff. So we moved back, and I started working on the farm and working full time at a dealership, and just still super tired, super worn out. I've got cerebral palsy, so I kind of figured it was just part of getting older with it, just, low energy. And so didn't think anything about it. End up switching a different day job to painting tractors at a John Deere dealership. Eventually it all caught up, and it got to a point where I just couldn't keep up anymore. Applied for disability for the first time in my life. Got rejected the first time around. I didn't know, but I guess you cannot apply for disability and still have a job. You have to lose your job or quit your job or whatever. You have to be jobless for 6 months to a year before they will let you get on disability. So kept working on the farm. Stopped at Seidenstricker, the John Deere dealer, and eventually was able to get onto disability for the first time in my life at 28 at that point. So it's not something I like. I've worked hard my whole life, and I never wanted to be on government assistance or whatever. So that still bothers me to this day, but you gotta do sometimes. So we go, I think, 2 years on straight farm work, and I'd paint some stuff, paint a few tractors, a few trucks on the side of my house to keep up with the bills. Thought, getting rid of the day job, I would be able to handle it better. Energy would come up. It didn't really. It was easier because it just, wasn't, 100 hours a week. It was only 80, 50, whatever. Then, during farming season. On the off season, yeah, it wasn't a big deal. So that kind of sums up, moving back here, working on the family farm, all that. So a couple months ago, probably 2 months now, things were kind of normal, and I felt a lump on my neck. And that's happened. You know, your lymph nodes, they swell up a little bit when you're sick or something. And it was just like the tiniest thing. Just like, oh, there's something there. Another week goes by. It gets a little bigger. One of my friends like, oh, you need to have that checked out. Yeah, I do. And it was on the list, things to do. Went to a all-night kickball thing with our youth group. And it was, it got kind of cool, like 50 something maybe at night. It got pretty cold that night for the time of the season, which was just a few months ago. Came back from that and was so sick, puking, coughing like crazy, coughing all sorts of stuff up. Went to the general doctor, and at that point, this thing, which you can see the incision, the lighting's kind of bad, but it's all this. It's huge. It had gotten pretty dang big at that time. And she pretty much said right out of the bat, "Oh, lymphoma. Oh, you're too young to die." I was like, yeah, yes I am. What do you mean die? And she does not sugarcoat anything, that's for dang sure. And some people would, say that she was at fault for saying something like that or whatever. I didn't care because I knew I wasn't going to die. But, she definitely opened up my eyes, that's for sure. So, she put me on some antibiotic because I still had a really bad cough and stuff, which it hasn't gone back to normal. And she said, we did a week of antibiotics. She said if it lump does not go down, come back immediately. She was hoping, well, we were both hoping that it was just extremely swollen lymph node from infection. But it wasn't. Went back, and I felt that I knew at that point it was lymphoma. Disclaimer, I'm a Christian. I'm, very much a believer. I rely on my faith heavily, so I'm going to talk about it in these videos. Like right here, I really felt like the reason I had so much peace about it, I feel like the Lord told me, it was cancer at that point. You can think I'm crazy for that, that's fine, whatever. But it was cancer, is cancer. So I didn't have any diagnosis at that point, I just had that feeling. That feeling, that, the word from God, whatever you want to call it. I know what I think, and that's all that matters to me. Anyways, so, we go back, and she immediately sets up an appointment for the surgeon, which she shares an office. Same building, with the surgeon, and turns out I didn't know, but after the fact that he's like best in the Midwest, apparently, all sorts of awards, president of some sort of club or something, surgeon thing. So that was great. And he is very much to the point, no sugarcoating. And walk in first thing, he's like, "Oh, holy crap, that's huge." He's like, "Well," he's like, "we're gonna get a biopsy on that for sure." He's like, "But I can tell you, because it's so big and it grew so fast, that it pretty much has to be some form of lymphoma." Yep, okay, that's fine, whatever. And then he said, "Well, the biggest thing we have to worry about is making sure we get enough tissue sample to do all the proper testing." I said, "Well, you know what? There's plenty there, so take as much as you want." He thought that was really funny. apparently most people that have cancer aren't very funny about it, which we'll find out more on that later. So so there we are. Both doctors are saying lymphoma. We don't have an exact diagnosis yet, but that's what it is. And we will continue this here in a second. So we do the biopsy. It was interesting. With cerebral palsy, I've had a lot of surgeries, but those were when I was 4 or under, age 4 and under. I do remember a lot of that stuff, and it was not pleasant. So me and doctors do not get along. I get along fine with the doctor, but needles and the hospital in general, no. So, first thing, try to remember what all happened first. CAT scan happened first. Okay, yeah, CAT scan. He says, we're going to do CAT scan first, see what else is hiding out. We were hoping nothing. So they gave me this jug. Anybody ever had a CAT scan before? You get the jug of juice that makes it glow inside for the camera. They gave me vanilla at the doctor's office. That was disgusting. Had to drink it that night, going in the next day for the CAT scan. Drank it. Okay. Get there to do the CAT scan. Nobody told me I had to drink two more jugs of it. This time I picked banana. And everybody said at the hospital that nobody liked banana. But banana was way better than vanilla. I don't care what you say. So, took over an hour because you had to drink it like a schedule. So, I drank half the jug then. It's like 15 or 30 minutes later, drink the other half, and so on. I got to sit and watch one of my favorite movies, Need for Speed. Good movie. Did that, thought there were several times. Definitely thought I was going to puke. Didn't puke. Didn't have to go to the bathroom. Awesome. So, go back to the CAT scan area, and you sit down on the little tiny table, pillows and blankets everywhere and everything, and you've got the tube of the CAT scan camera. It's a big circle. I don't know if you've seen the movie. I just forgot it. Dang it! What's the movie? It's WALL-E. I remembered it before I had to look it up. So the movie WALL-E, it's an animated Pixar movie. The autopilot of the ship, it's like this big circle. It's got supposed to be a steering wheel parts on it, but it's all automated. Looks like that, big tube, and you actually go inside it, like a giant donut. Anyways, so I lay down, and they say, well, we're going to start your IV. IV, no. Nope, don't want it. You gotta have the IV. Okay, well, there's a younger lady and an older lady. Younger lady was doing the IV, the older lady, both very nice. They were, she was helping me get where I needed to be and just helping. She's like, and I, they're getting ready to do the IV. They're like, make a fist. Fist. Because they're going to stick me right here. So I made a fist. And then I was like, you got anything to grab onto? On the other side. So you can take my hand. I was like, no, I really don't want to break your hand. I probably wouldn't have broke her hand, but it was funny at the time. So, take her hand, I think. I don't remember. making a fist. She sticks it in. Oh yeah, not it's. People say, it's never as bad as you remember it. No, this was pretty much exactly how I remember it. Not fun. So she sticks it in, does the tape. And I'm still holding on. My knuckles turning white. So you can stop the fist now. Oh. Ah. Okay. Okay. Lay it down gingerly. They got these little arm pad things that come out. Because the bed's like this wide. Like, I'm not super fat, but like I could barely fit on a thing. So they had like little arm things that you, stick in there. And it wasn't bad. The IV. The funniest thing about it was she gave me this stuff. She said, when this stuff goes in, you're gonna have a weird taste in your mouth, and it's gonna feel like you peed your pants. Which my pants were down around my ankles, so that would have been really interesting. But oh man, she put that, opened the screw thing on the IV, and I heard it go in. Ugh, terrible taste. And they got really warm in the nether regions. Oh, wow, this is strange. Your body's not. It's like your body's not supposed to be doing these things. So do that, and then for the pictures, you gotta be still. But like certain parts, you gotta have your arms up. Certain parts, you gotta have your arms down, because they take a picture. And, and for me, they were doing the head, neck, and chest region. So when they were getting pictures of like the head and the neck, my arms had to be down. But then simultaneously, while the bed was moving, I had to bring my arms up and over my head, and the IV was tugging on me, and it was. But got done. Everything was good, and that was that. Next video, we'll cover the biopsy and all the other tests that I've done so far. So it gets better. Until next time.